he is going to do it. Playing the rush, Vince.
Yep. Here we go with the flop.
Kane has him dominated right now, but no more.
Yeah, Darren hitting his fours, so it's a 10-7-4, Piers.
We're giving away $50. It's very simple. Here's how. Step 1, go to WPTglobal.com. Step 2, sign up using bonus code YT77. Step 3, deposit at least $1. And you better act quickly because we're only giving away $50 to 100 people.
Well, the battle about to begin at Borgata. We have two East Coast guys, Darren Elias from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, up against Kane from Philadelphia. Two young guys battling for this championship tonight to take home close to $845,000.
Yeah, Kane with about a 2-1 chip lead over Darren as we start out heads-up play. Action is on Darren. Looks down at a King 8 offsuit.
Lines are 125, 250 with a $25,000 ante. And Darren is going to raise with his King 8. Makes it 625 to go. Kane just a Jack 8.
And Kane is a defender, as we say. He likes to see flops. He's going to make the call. It's King 8 versus Jack 8. And flop comes Queen 9 deuce. 2 diamonds. Kane does have a gut shot straight draw. But he checks, and Darren checks right behind him with the King high. Now an 8 comes off. They both have 2 8s. Darren has him out kicked, as you can see.
Kane's going to check again. Darren also checking.
Well, just doesn't want to get check raised out of this hand.
Okay, and the river card is a 3 of hearts. Doesn't change much. Kane is checked. Darren, though, thinking about putting a bet in.
Well, good time to put a value bet in here, Vince. You hate to get check raised, but you gotta feel like 2 8s are the best hand right now with a King kicker. You think you have the best hand, but if your opponent check raises you, you're very angry at yourself for betting.
On the other hand, if you bet and get called, that's a brilliant value bet.
That's probably what's gonna happen, Vince.
Kane will make this call.
8.
And kickers will play.
So there you go, just a terrific value bet by Darren Elias to kick things off in the heads-up battle.
Darren Elias, third time at the WPT final table. He's a great racquetball player. You know, we know another great racquetball player that's a poker player is Will Fiala. Quite good.
Yeah, Will the Thrill was very good. We saw him trounce you one time, Vince, when you tried to play him, but I know you were new to that game. I know a little time you might get him, but
I played 3 or 4 times in my life.
But even Will the Thrill, who you know how much he likes to talk, says that Darren is a better racquetball player than he is.
Wow, no, they're both good. All right, on to this hand. Kane with a pair of deuces. It's made it 675 to go. And Darren behind him with an ace-9 of hearts. Does Darren want to force the issue here?
Well, he is going to raise it, as you can see. Raises about 1.2 million. What do you do with 2 deuces now? And you have the kind of hand that you really think you can end the tournament with if you would flop 3 deuces here. But is it worth the risk of 2 million more? You know your opponent's going to bet whatever comes out there. Do you want to chase with 2 deuces if you don't hit 3 deuces? That's the question. But Kane makes the call. He's willing to gamble here with the Ducks.
Let's see if it'll pay off for him. No, an ace, king, queen. Horrible flop for Kane. Darren hitting his aces.
Well, certain Darren is going to bet here. He knows his opponent doesn't have aces, kings, or queens, or he got re-raised again before the flop. Even if he had ace, king, or ace, queen. So he's going to bet the 2 aces. See what happens. 1.7 million.
And Kane, no theatrics there, mucks his hand very rapidly. And Darren Elias will take down this pot.
Darren Elias cutting into that chip lead.
And that's his wife, Judy Elias, in the stands. She's got to be so proud of him tonight.
Okay, there you see the chip count. Kane Callis with 20.7 million. Darren Elias with 16.1. Remember, Kane started out with a 2-1 chip lead, 24 million to 12. So Darren cutting into that lead and doing it well right now.
All right, play goes to Kane with the button. He's got a pair of deuces again. How do you like that?
Well, the Ducks didn't quack too well for him last time. Let's see how they do here.
I'm not going to slow him down. He will raise. Makes it 675 to go. Darren with an awkward looking 6-5. Won't compete. He goes out. So Kane going to pick up that pot. Kane, by the way, is an opera singer as well. I mean, he could sing with the best of them. He sang the national anthem many times at the Phillies games.
Yeah.
So he's a talent.
Very talented. Majored in theater and broadcast journalism at the University of Miami, but just wants to follow his father's footsteps and go into sports broadcasting.
This hand, he's got queen 8. He's making it 650 to go. Darren with an ace-king behind him.
Well, this is probably going to get raised for sure. Just a powerful hand playing heads-up poker.
And there is the raise.
Does make it 1.75 million. I know Kane likes to see flops, but I'm not sure you can take heat with this kind of hand here, a queen 8 offsuit. At least not this much heat. You just don't want to give your money away against a tough player like this guy.
Yep, and Kane is going to do the right thing, lay down the hand, so Darren taking that one.
So Darren Elias, who came to the heads-up battle as a 2-1 chip underdog, closing the gap on the chip leader.
We're giving away $50. It's very simple. Here's how. Step 1, go to WPTglobal.com. Step 2, sign up using bonus code YT77. Step 3, deposit at least $1. And you better act quickly because we're only giving away $50 to 100 people.
All right. Kane with 19.8, Darren with 17 million. Action on Kane Callis, the local poker hero. He's got queen 6 this time. What an opportunity for him here tonight. He's going to raise this to 775.
And Darren Elias with the suited connectors.
Don't know Kane too well, but from what I saw, he seemed very in control, deliberate player for sure, and aggressive.
Darren's nickname is the End Boss. The End Boss has a suited connector, and he splashes in his chips.
And he'd like that name to be changed to the boss at the end, Vance, with the title.
Flops 975.
Well, Darren's flop bottom pair, he checks.
Kane with the inside straight draw.
He's also going to check.
Yes, we're going to the turn. And it is a queen. Beautiful for Kane. Hits ladies.
Indeed it is. 3 clubs out there. Neither player has one, of course. Again, Darren checks. But with top pair and a gut shot straight draw, Kane is checking no more. He is going to bet $925,000. His opponent didn't bet the flop, so he didn't think any of that helps him. The question is, did the queen help him? Or does he have 1 club in his hand? And Darren is going to make the call with bottom pair. He's up against top pair.
Yep, he is not convinced. He's behind. Makes this call. Down to the river. Ace doesn't help either player.
Well, neither player going to be happy to see it. Darren's going to check. I guess his Kane checks right behind him here.
Check.
And that's what's happened.
Queen.
5 and a queen, you heard him. Kane going to win the pot with 2 queens and widen his chip lead. Well, Darren trying to figure out what could he have done differently to win that pot. He bet the flop. He could have possibly won, but maybe not. His opponent had a gut shot straight draw. So that's what poker players do, though. They're always trying to think about what they could have done differently to extract more chips or have lost less chips.
On to the next hand. Darren this time with a pretty strong king, queen of hearts.
Yep, he's going to raise, it looks like. Yeah, $750,000 to bet.
Kane has a miserable looking 5-3.
Yeah, taking his time with it, but he does opt to fold it, so Darren going to pick up yet another pot.
And sometimes when you have a quality hand like king, queen of hearts, you're hoping to get some action, make something work, but he'll take that pot down. Not a lot of money, but good enough. two top players, Scotty Wynn and James Calderaro, WPT champions, sitting on the rail, watching their friends play. I'm impressed by that.
Well, both those guys have had more than their share of success out here in the World Poker Tour, and just stopping by to watch final table action.
Yeah, it's tough to do sometimes when you're knocked out of the tournament. Shows a lot of class.
Well, it shows you the planes aren't leaving until tomorrow morning.
All right, it's on Kane. He's got Queen 4. He's going to raise to 775. Darren with a Jack 10 behind him.
And Darren is going to make the call, so we're going to have a flop here. And flop comes 9-8 deuce with 2 diamonds. Darren with the opening straight draw checks. Kane with queen high also checks. Well, now the board pairs nines, but 2 spades, 2 diamonds on the board. Now most players would probably check the Jack 10 again, but Darren reaching for chips. He is going to bet 2.2 million, a healthy bet here.
Just wants to take the pot away right now, and he's doing so.
Vince, I promise you, most players would check in that spot. And chances are, we get checked down, he loses the queen high, and then he would chastise himself for not betting. Darren opted to bet, took down the pot. Well done.
Well, right now, Darren Elias with close to 21 million. He's taking the lead from Kane Callis. 2 back east guys, both young, 25 and 27, with a chance at taking one of the most prestigious titles on our tour, the Borgata Poker Open. Action on Darren. He's got a pair of 4s this time.
Yep, he's going to raise it up, makes it 900,000 to go.
Kane with a decent looking queen 5 of clubs.
And he's going to call the raise and look at a flop.
I have to agree with Tony. These guys are really sparring beautifully together, playing with great feel.
And flop comes ace 10-5. Kane is flop bottom pair, he checks. Darren with the under pair is reaching for betting chips, and he fires 900,000.
Continuation for Darren. And once in a while he hits a nice hand, gets paid off too. But right there, 900 again. But Kane's got a piece of this.
And he's got bottom pair. If his opponent's got any part of the flop, meaning an ace or a 10, he's dead. If he's got no pair, he's dead. But he's going to call. Thinks he might have the best hand, and he does.
And he does. And if his opponent doesn't have one of those top pairs, he's going to slow down.
Now the ace of clubs comes off, so this gives Kane a 4 flush as well as 2 5s. He's going to check. And Darren checking right behind him. Darren thinking if his opponent's got a draw, he's got the best hand anyway with 2 4s. And Darren's going to like to see the 3 come off. It's not going to hurt his 4s any. And it's going to go check, check. And I certainly understand why Darren checked there. Kane is going to be very happy to take the pot with 2 5s.
And that is right, Kane Callis taking that pot. Crowd is enjoying the Borgata Poker Open right here on the Atlantic City coast. First place prize going to take home close to 845,000.
All right, action's going to be on Darren. Looks down at a king 6 offsuit. Seems like he's had a lot of king 7s, king 4, king deuces. And he's going to raise yet again.
Wow.
Makes it 900,000 to go.
Kane with an ace 4.
I bet he's had a lot of these hands. Ace 3s, ace 4s. When his opponent raised, he's just called. He's done that every time, exactly like this. Many pro players would 3-bet in that spot with the ace high. Kane just wants to see a flop. Flop 10-7-7, no help. Kane's still out in front with the ace high, but checks. Darren checks right behind him. Now a 5 comes off. Action on Kane. Again, he checks. Now, will Darren check down the king high, hoping it's the best hand? Or will he fire? Well, Vince, this is what great players do. They fire when in doubt. Darren is betting 1.1 million.
And he is going to chase Kane away. A nice bet by Darren.
Darren Elias, our chip leader in this heads-up battle. Third time he's made a WPT final table. Is the third time the charm? We shall see. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more exciting action from Borgata right after this.
We're giving away $50. It's very simple. Here's how. Step 1, go to WPTglobal.com. Step 2, sign up using bonus code YT77. Step 3, deposit at least $1. And you better act quickly because we're only giving away $50 to 100 people.
Certainly anybody's game from here, but it's been a big turnaround since the heads-up battle started when Kane had the 2-1 chip lead.
And don't forget, we started with 1,226 players here at Borgata. It's down to these two young, great players. Let's watch the action. Kane with 10-7.
Yeah, he's going to raise it to 950,000.
And now Darren, Elias.
And he's got the ace-4. Let's see if he 3-bets. Like we said, Kane might possibly have done with some of his hands earlier.
Yeah, you felt that Kane is throwing away a few opportunities to get aggressive.
Well, I know a lot of pros automatically 3-bet when they get ace-high playing heads-up, but Darren just calls as well. So both of these guys opting not to 3-bet with weak aces.
And the flop is an ace, 5-3. Beautiful flop for Darren.
Well, indeed it is. He's got top pair and a straight draw. He checks. And Kane checks right behind him.
Going to the turn, a deuce. How about that? How about a straight for Darren Elias?
Well, that's pretty good.
The bad news is Kane really has nothing. No piece of it, nothing. Perhaps if with a check he could induce a bet by Kane, but Darren looks like he's going to put out a little nibbler.
Well, he's going to eliminate the bluff possibility by Kane by leading out here.
Almost 1-4, so that's a pretty hefty bet. This strategy could backfire, and it does. Kane has to go away. Darren going to take the pot with his straight, and there is Kelly Elias, Darren's mother, and Darren's wife, Judy. Gotta be excited for pride and joy here, Darren.
Darren now has the 4-5 on the button.
And this man, you just never know what he has. He keeps pushing away.
He bets 900,000.
Kane's got a quality hand here. King, queen of clubs. He's saying, finally, I got something I'm proud of. Let's see what I can do with it.
And he didn't 3-bet with the ace highs. Now he's going to 3-bet with the king, queen of clubs. Certainly many players would do that. 2.3 million. Now, one thing we've noticed about Darren, he raised with weak hands, but when he gets re-raised, these marginal and weak hands, he just pitches in the muck and moves on. At least that's what he's done so far. See what he does here. And he does. He just gives up what he's got in the pot and moves on to the next hand.
So Kane Callis going to take that pot. He was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A poker pro who moved to Costa Rica at the age of 22 to play online poker. All right, onward we go. And now the antes are 75,000. Blinds are 250, 500.
Well, Kane is going to be willing to put a lot of money in this pot, that's for sure. Picks up an ace-king. He'd be happy to get it all in pre-flop, I can assure you. He is going to raise it. Looks like it's going to be 1.1 million.
Darren with a king 4, not too bad.
And he's running good. He's got the chip lead. He's in position, but still not that great of a hand to call a raise with.
Well,
but he is going to do it. Playing the rush, Vince.
Yep. Here we go with the flop.
Kane has him dominated right now, but no more.
Yeah, Darren hitting his 4s, so it's a 10-7-4 appears.
Yep, Darren checks bottom pair.
Nothing materializing for Kane.
Well, Kane looking like he's going to reach for betting chips here. And a lot of betting chips.
Well, sometimes your hand is so pretty, you say, I got to keep betting this thing. I don't care if I have it or not.
Well, 1.5 million to bet. Now, there was 2.4 million in the pot. Most guys bet like a third size of the pot, a half size of the pot at most. He bet more than that. And I think it's the bet size that's lured Darren into this pot.
Boy, Darren's made a nice call here.
He just figures if he really had something, he'd bet less to want me in the pot.
Turning card is a king, and this could spell big trouble for Kane as he hits kings and 2 pair for Darren. Darren's going to check it.
Yeah. Dream card for Darren. He gives his opponent top pair and top kicker, gives him 2 pair. Let's see what plays out here.
Oh, Kane doesn't know what he fell into. He made the bluff continuation bet and then hits, and he must think he's in front.
Well, he doesn't know if his opponent has 1 pair, some kind of drawing hand. But he's going to bet top pair and top kicker, I can assure you of that.
Oh, what a boy. It's a big bet here. It looks like 3.2 million. And now Darren has his man on strings. A little puppet.
I'm all in. I call.
All in a snap call. Surprising snap call.
Well, it was a snap call. Would the guy move all in if he couldn't beat 1 pair?
Darren way out in front with a 2 pair over Kane Callis.
Yep, Kane is going to have to catch an ace, a 10, or a 7 to win this pot. Nothing else will do.
A crowd on its feet. The winner's going to take home close to 850,000.
So Darren Elias out in front, has the chip lead. If his hand holds up, he'll be the champion.
The Borgata Championship on the line with 1 card to come.
Kane needs some help. Can he get it?
Let's see the river card. Here we go!
It's a 3, there it is. Darren Elias has done it, Vince. He has come back to take this title. Just a terrific battle, but the cards fell the way of Darren in the heads-up battle.
Amazing final we had. Darren is our champion. First, let's talk to the local Kane Callis with a tremendous effort, our runner-up.
There's not much I would have done differently, actually, to be honest. Maybe there were a couple spots I could have taken a 3-bet in the heads-up match where I chose not to. I wasn't getting very good cards in the heads-up match. I'm happy with how I played. I'm happy with kind of focus I brought to the event. I can't really complain.
Let's meet the winner of the Borgata Poker Open from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Darren Elias. Darren, this is the 3rd time at a WPT final table, and obviously the 3rd time was the charm. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's amazing. It's a dream come true.
Well, I know you wanted a WPT title very badly. When you got down to heads-up play, your opponent had about a 2-1 chip lead over you. Did you still have confidence thinking you could come back and take it down?
Yeah, heads up poker, anything can happen. I just tried to chip away and got a fortunate run out when I had 2 pair.
Well, you're one of the most respected poker players in the world. It's thrilling to see you win a World Poker Tour title. In addition to your $843,000 in cash, you also get a customized set of Monster headphones.
Thank you.
A beautiful Hublot watch.
Thank you.
Your name etched on the WPT Champions Cup, and an entry into the season-ending WPT World Championship right here at Borgata. Congratulations one more time to our champion, Darren Elias.